If you have a computer, odds are it's running antivirus software on it right now and you feel protected against the newest threats. But what if I told you there's strong evidence that your expensive antivirus software was actually useless against new virus threats? And I could prove it. Well, stay tuned to learn antivirus software's dirty little secret and about a small company whose willingness to think differently may have the cyber bad guys on the run soon. Antivirus software companies' marketing campaigns relentlessly drive home the threat. Computer viruses are the digital plague of our times. But while antivirus software works well to stop known, documented viruses, new evidence suggests they're virtually useless against new, sophisticated threats. That was the claim made by experts in a December 2012 New York Times article by Nicole Perlroth called "Outmaneuvered at Their Own Game. Antivirus makers struggle to adapt." While the Times article drew immediate strident response from the antivirus industry, Rob Chang, founder of computer performance company PC Pitstop, said Perlroth's article exposed the dirty little secret personal computer technologists had known for some time.
Our research about 2.5 years before the Perlroth article came out had similar findings. Our studies showed that your chances of getting a virus were virtually the same whether you had security software or not. That's because virtually all major security software companies today use an outdated approach called the blacklist to try to protect computers from viruses, and the blacklist just no longer works in today's cybercrime environment.
Under the blacklist approach, antivirus companies share information to build a comprehensive list of all known viruses and harmful applications. When antivirus software detects any new program, it checks the blacklist. If there's a match, the program is dealt with as a virus. But now bad guys have found an answer to the blacklist.
The bad guys defeat the blacklist through a commonly used technique called morphing. What morphing does is that makes one virus look to security software like many different unknown viruses over time. Therefore, when security software checks this new virus against the blacklist, it's not listed on the blacklist because it's always morphing into new unknown programs. Therefore, the software allows it to infect the computer. Security vendors know this is happening and they're trying as best as they can to adopt the flawed blacklist approach to the new environment by cataloging all the thousands and thousands of software these viruses can morph into on their blacklist, but they just can't keep up.
Polymorphic viruses have caused an explosion in the number of viruses and have antivirus blacklist makers working in vain to keep their lists current. And by the time these new viruses make the list, they've already victimized someone. Of course, Perlroth's claims were vociferously denigrated and denied by the computer security industry as being drawn on shaky conclusions. To bring some clarity to the debate, Chang decided to put antivirus software to the test.
I really wanted to understand from the bottom up how viruses behave and how hard it was to write a virus and how skilled these people were. So I asked our security development team, led by Rob Woodworth, to write a virus of our own, not to be released in the wild, just so we could understand what the dynamics were of how a virus works and how easy it was to build one.
At first I thought it was a strange request from Rob to create something that we worked so hard to destroy here at PC Pitstop. But if you think about it, it's the best way to test antivirus products. It really wasn't that hard to create a modern morphing virus. I just copied a virus we had already seen in the wild called the FBI virus, which basically locks down your computer until you pay money to unlock it.
Once the virus was ready, PC Pitstop purposely infected typical modern computers running most every antivirus software available, including McAfee, Symantec, AVG, Kaspersky, Trend, Microsoft, and others. The results? Only 2 out of the 12 antivirus programs tested detected and blocked the virus, and PC Pitstop found that those 2 could be easily defeated with just a few tweaks to the test virus.
We follow up that test with even more research. We captured 160 actual viruses from the wild and used them to test the same leading brands of antivirus software. On average, the big-name antivirus software blocked just 10 of these 160 real modern-day viruses. Some of the biggest players that people pay $50 a year or more for didn't block any. The results are overwhelming and unequivocal. Leading antivirus software is virtually useless at protecting computers in the new polymorphic virus environment. It was clear that a new approach was imperative.
Chang and his team turned to an approach called whitelisting. As the name implies, it's the opposite of blacklisting and incorporates the power of cloud computing, something most other antivirus companies aren't doing. In the whitelist approach, a new program is checked against a list of all legitimate computer programs and software makers. If the program isn't on the whitelist, it's blocked. The whitelist approach will block morphing viruses because no matter what they morph into, they won't be on the whitelist of legitimate computer programs and therefore won't be allowed into your computer. PC Pitstop incorporated the use of both whitelist and blacklist approaches into their new antivirus product, PC Matic Home Security, because it takes the extra step of connecting every machine running it to the cloud. New programs from all PC Matic Home Security protected computers are quickly analyzed. The new information is quickly pushed from the cloud to all connected computers to keep all whitelists up to the second accurate.
Not only did PC Matic, using the combination of black and white lists, stop our experimental virus, it stopped all 160 of the wild viruses we threw at it. But viruses are just part of today's threat. Maybe a more ominous threat is called an exploit. So I asked Rob Whitworth to create an exploit so we could do even more testing.
Exploits are so named because the exploit security holes in popular programs like Java, Adobe Reader, iTunes, internet browsers including Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, and more. With out-of-date browsers, for example, just landing on a compromised website can be enough to let a malicious program exploit the hole and infect your computer without clicking or downloading a thing. Legitimate software makers do a good job of moving quickly to plug any holes they find in their products. The problem? You have to download new versions of the programs to plug the holes and stop the exploits. And we all know it's extremely time-consuming and frustrating to keep all of our applications up to date. Each iTunes update, for example, is more than 100 megabytes and can take an hour to install on a slow connection. PC Pitstop research shows that over 90% of computers have at least one critical application out of date, which offers the bad guys a tantalizing opening for wreaking havoc. PC Pitstop ran their test exploit in the lab. PC Matic Home Security detected and stopped the exploit in its tracks. PC Matic Home Security further addresses this vulnerability with another level of security: automatic updating of your computer to the latest version of key software as soon as it's available. With this step, PC Matic Home Security does two things: stops morphing viruses that can defeat the blacklist-only approach, and blocks exploits by updating critical software and plugging security holes.
So PC Matic Home Security does two things that other software out there does not. First, it detects even today's most sophisticated viruses. Second, it automatically updates key software on your computer to the latest versions as soon as they are available to eliminate the threats of exploits. What's even better, we're giving it away for free.
You can download PC Matic Home Security free for personal use at pcmatic.com/security. Does PC Matic Home Security technology represent the next big step in antivirus software? Well, Cheng believes it does. And with all the billions made by the security software giants, maybe it will take an outsider to help reinvent PC defenses and turn the tables on the bad guys.